Today is Saturday, October 26th. Good evening for WRCO News. Sitting in for Phil Nee, I'm Tim Thede. Wisconsin's local election officials reported minimal delays with absentee label printing times yesterday, according to the Wisconsin Elections Commission. The WEC on Thursday began conducting regular refreshes of the computer function that clerks use to print labels for absentee certificate envelopes. These refreshes have kept print times to a minimum, and the WECE at this time is not anticipating any label printing delays moving forward. The agency continues to be in close contact with municipal clerks to monitor how the label printing function is performing. Since Thursday, clerks have reported drastic improvements in label printing and in administrative of in-person absentee voting, which continues to see high levels of activity. Previously reported delays have only affected label printing times. Every other function of the system that clerks use to print continues to work optimally, as was also the case Thursday. There is no reason to believe the printing delays are affecting other areas of election administration or state government, nor is there any reason to believe the printing delays were caused by a cyber attack. THC was discovered in pizzas prepared at a Dane County pizzeria this week. Yeti's Pizza in Stoughton was closed Thursday after public health officials confirmed the presence of THC in its pizza. Stoughton police were contacted after several people had to seek medical treatment after eating the pizza. Symptoms included dizziness, vomiting, anxiety, hallucinations, and paranoia. Yeti's has been cooperating. Officials say the pizza dough was mistakenly prepared with Delta-9 contaminated oil that was from a shared storage space at the site. Former President Donald Trump will make another campaign stop in Green Bay next week. He will host a rally at the Rush Center on Wednesday evening at 6. This appears is just days before voters will cast their ballots on Election Day. J.D. Vance was in the Lambeau Field area on Sunday, connecting with voters before the Packers game. The 80 German warehouse will be the site of the haunted warehouse tonight. A small scare with the lights will be held from 5:30 to 6:30 to allow the younger audience and their guardians to experience the haunted warehouse. The No Mercy scare is the adult version of the haunted warehouse with all the lights turned off. It will be held from 7 to 9:30. Tickets will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. For purchase next door in the 1912 building. Tickets for the small scare are priced at $10 per child and $15 per guardian. Tickets for the No Mercy scare are priced at $15 per person. Payments may be made by cash or card. Credit card fees do apply. A program to recognize the 35th anniversary of the Lower Wisconsin State Riverway and Riverway Board will be held tomorrow at the Wisconsin Riverside Resort near Spring Green. The Lower Wisconsin State Riverway was created in 1989 to protect and preserve the scenic beauty and natural character of the Lower Wisconsin River Valley. Lower Wisconsin State Riverway Executive Director Mark Cups says he was asked to go to early meetings before the creation of the board by State Senator Dale Schultz.
It was an eye-opening experience because there was a division between the local appointees to that. It was a DNR-appointed group, and then those that were from Madison. And I went back to Dale and some of the other legislators from the Valley who were largely Republican and said, this is extremely divisive, and the local people are not happy with what's being proposed, and that's what eventually led to the local officials group, which was really, it was a nonpartisan group that Senator Krull had established. And it was county, town, city, village officials only, not people from Madison at all, or from the university, or from environmental interest groups. That whoever each of those municipalities wanted to appoint, and they got to go through the proposal line by line, page by page, and said, we can live with this, we can't live with that. And that enabled Dale and Senator Krull to work with their colleagues to come up with a plan that the locals could live with. Not everyone, but the majority. And that was a key turning point.
Dale Schultz gives a lot of credit to then Governor Tommy Thompson and local officials.
Look, guys, this is going to happen. You should see that now. Backstop you for a while, but you've got to get involved. And you know what? That was a big ask, I think, at that time for us who represented this area. But we trusted him. He stood behind us. And, ironically, at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of drama. Things fell together pretty well. And the reason they did is because those local officials put together, I think, a tougher plan than the one that was coming out of Madison. I mean, they really did care about the valley. They had historically done that, willing to get involved and to sell that. They managed to find the real bad parts of the plan and get rid of them. And you know what? Because of their work, it was, I think, easier than a lot of people thought for Spencer Black to say yes. Now, we had a few minor adjustments at the end before the bill passed, but it was really an example of what happens in government when people listen to each other. They don't demonize each other. They work with one another. They have a vision that's big enough to look forward into the future.
The project encompasses nearly 100,000 acres of public and private lands along the final 92 miles of the Wisconsin River. The riverway begins below the last dam on the river at Prairie du Sac and extends to the confluence with the Mississippi River near Prairie du Chien. Doors will open at the Wisconsin Riverside Resort at 12:30 with a program beginning at 1. Invited speakers for the program include former Governor Tommy G. Thompson, who signed the legislation that created the Riverway and Riverway Board, former State Senator Dale W. Schultz, and former State Representative Spencer Black. President John Greendeer of the Ho Chunk Nation and former State Representative David O. Martin, author of Wisconsin's Wild Rivers legislation. Mark Cups invites you to attend the celebration.
Anyone who has an interest in the Riverway, former Riverway Board members, former local officials advisory committee members, citizens advisory committee members, landowners, former and current DNR folks who've worked on the Riverway. Anyone who has an interest in the Riverway is welcome to attend, and we would just love to see you there on Sunday, 1 o'clock, Wisconsin Riverside Resort.
Light refreshments will follow the program. There is no cost to attend the event, but donations will be welcomed to help defray expenses. For more information, contact Mark Cupp at 608-739-3188. The 4th annual Boo in the Barn will be held tomorrow at Tiny Acres Farm in Muscadet. At the event, there will be trick-or-treating, and many of the animals will be in attendance as well. There is no cost to attend Boo at the Barn, but there also will be items to purchase, such as food for the animals and T-shirts from Tiny Acres Farm. Along with trick-or-treating, there will be wagon rides, a petting zoo, and food. Everyone who attends, even the adults, are welcome to dress up in costume. Trick-or-treaters are encouraged to bring their own bucket or bag. Bags will also be available for those who forget to bring one. It will be fun for all at the 4th annual Boo at the Barn tomorrow from 1 to 4 at Tiny Acres Farm, located at 26068 County Highway E near Muscadet. More information can be found on their Facebook page.